When I started out as a photographer, it was tough. I had no great experience, but I could deliver good enough photographs. I think in the end, results are subjective. If the client loves your work, they love your work. It's all about keeping them happy. I'm not saying to produce poor work. Nobody's interested in that. When I started out as a photographer, I could not charge the big bucks because I did not have much experience both in the field of photography and business. But one thing I always did was that I did not stick to my current price for too long. One time I visited a photographer's website and I noticed how he labeled his pricing. He called it this quarter's price. That was what he called it, this quarter's price. Now that is fascinating. He increased his price and perceived value quarterly. Every quarter there was a change. Every quarter there was an increase. If this current economy has taught you nothing, it should have already taught you this. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So, as a beginner photographer, I was charging about 200 cedis. Now, that's a bad price, very bad price, and I wouldn't encourage any beginner photographer to charge that. That is like $15. Who charges that? Who? So, what I did at the time was that after I got myself 10 paid gigs, I increased my value, I increased my price by 50%. Yes. So after I got myself, or I could secure myself 10 paid gigs at 200 cedis, I increased my price by 50%. Yes, it worked for me. To be honest, I think it's smart, logical, and increases your perceived value. One time I shared an article on Medium and then about business in photography, about charging your price, increasing your price, and not, dropping your price to land more clients. And then there was this guy who's called Brian. He left a comment and he said, people's perception of value is largely tied to the price. The cheaper you go, the cheaper you are. And this is very true. The cheaper you are, that is how people are going to perceive you, as cheap, not quality, and not good enough. Increase your perceived value over time to stay relevant and attractive. This is what you want as a photographer and a business, especially when you are running a one-person business. Don't increase your value alone. Increase your price as well. Increase your perceived value. I'm going to end this episode here. I'm Clement Eastwood, and I'm a photographer and author who has made it his mission to educate photographers, especially on business and how to make money practicing their craft. I'm going to leave a link to my books in the description below, so do check it out whenever you get the time. See you in the next episode.